Hi there, I am Kathleen Rendelia, and this is Brandon's House Mental Health Moment for our Monday Mental Health Moment. Thank you for joining me. Check this out. This is our Walkathon shirt from 2019. Look at that. Look at all the sponsors we had. That year, our walk was right near Derby time, so we decided to kind of go off of that a little, and we had our theme of hoofing it to help teens. But what I want you to notice is the shirt design, because we have a contest right now for our Walk for Teens event for this year, and the contest deadline is, in fact, this Thursday, okay? So we have got to get this going, okay? So if you're interested in entering the shirt contest, you have to be a teen. So 13 to 19-year-olds can enter. It is free. You can enter as many designs as you want, and you get some prizes. You get your own shirt, or you want a hoodie instead. So we're going to do t-shirts and hoodies this year. So you can get your own shirt or hoodie if your design is picked. You also will get listed on the back of the shirt as the designer. So you get some cred there, and you'll be on our social media, on our website, and we even have a little bit of swag that we're going to throw your direction too. So if you're interested, this week, it's spring break. Spend a little bit of time. You can get the entry form on our website. We'll also include the link so that you can just click it and be ready to go. But one of the things that some people have been asking about is on our shirt design contest, how many colors you can have. We do have a maximum of 3 colors. Now that might seem like not that much, but if you'll notice with this shirt, you have the background color, it doesn't count. Then you have white, black, and brown. And you can still have some pretty good design. We've had some amazing designs in the past with just one color. So just, having some really cool outlines. So it doesn't have to be complex, but we would love to see your designs. Remember, the deadline is April 2nd. So please get your designs into us. You just have to email them to staff@brandonshousein.com. And we are going to then be putting them on our social media for you guys to vote and pick out of the top 3, you get to pick the winner as such. So shirt designs, I want to see what you guys can come up with. Our theme this year is walking for a brighter future, because so many of our teens, that's what counseling at Brandon's House does for them. It gives them a brighter future. It helps them to look at life in a new way, solve their problems in a healthy manner. So we are Walking for Teens, May 16th. You can participate either as a walker, or, hey, you can have your name, business listed on the back of the shirt as a sponsor as well. So, sponsor the event. That deadline's April 8th. Walk for the event. Want to register by beginning of May. And then you can get your shirt designs in by end of this week, April 2nd. Okay? So that's what we got going on with the Walk for Teens event. We're going to be posting a video in a few days, kind of going through the step-by-step process of registering. So if you have any questions, if you've looked at the registration process and aren't sure of something, you can go to that and look and see. It's not that hard if you just go step by step, but it can seem a little overwhelming for some people if you're not tech savvy. So we're going to make it real simple and have a instructional video for you. And if that's still not your thing and you're like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to be on the computer, whatever, you can print off, or if you call us, we'll mail you a registration form and you can complete that too. So whether you want to complete it as a sponsor or you want to complete the form as a walking participant, you can do either one by paper if you don't want to deal with the electronic side of things. So we want to meet you wherever is your comfort zone. All right. spring break for many of our kids this week. I hope that you and your families are having a good start to your spring break. The weather, just like southern Indiana here, is a little bit of cold, a little bit of warm. You're going to have at least 2 seasons all in the same week. So hopefully for those of you who do have time off, that doesn't affect your plans and you get to do whatever you are hoping to do as family. We're also going into Easter week, and I know a lot of people have a lot of traditions and a lot of family things going on with that. We are still in a pandemic, so I know for some people those plans may not be what you're used to, and you know, it can be hard, especially when you have holidays and you have family traditions that you have to change because you just don't feel comfortable doing them yet, and that's okay. You know, you feel out what's comfortable for you and your family and what fits with the guidelines that our communities have been placing for us. And then what can you do? Well, we've talked a lot about it throughout the last year. So, you know, some things you can do are to focus on the positive, focus on what you can do in the holiday that's similar. What are the traditions you can follow through with? And then if there's something that was really special that you can't do, trying to find a substitute for the time being that you enjoy. So for example, at our house, our kids are still pretty little and don't understand social distancing whatsoever. Everything still goes in their mouths. They don't wear masks. They're just a mess of germs. So we're not going to do a big Easter egg hunt with a large crowd of people. So we had to look at how are we going to adapt that for our family. That's just our comfort zone. And so we're going to have Easter egg hunt at our house and just go with that. And no, it's not the same as other years and things that we've done before, but we're going to have fun with it and just, you know, focus on what we can do. So I hope that you can do that for yourself this week. That's actually not your mental health tip of the week, but that's just a freebie thrown in there for the holidays. So for this week, our mental health tip is actually talking about saying no. I know we don't like that word, but we're going to talk a little bit about it in just a couple minutes. So update on Brandon's house. We already talked about Walk for Teens happening. Also this week, 31st is coming up. And on the 31st, we have our GoFundMe campaign, which is 31 on 31. Give $31 on the 31st. And we're trying to raise $31,000. And why are we trying to raise this? Well, because $31 is the base cost of counseling at Brandon's house. So it's free to our clients. We don't charge them anything, but it does cost us something to provide that service. So therefore, we have fundraisers throughout the year, and we've had to adapt some of our fundraisers because of the pandemic. So we started our 31 on the 31st, and so far it's going well. And many of you guys have been very generous. So again, whenever you see a 31st on the calendar, we ask if you're able to donate $31 or more to help support a session for a teen in need. So 31st is coming up. Walkathon is coming up. We've got a lot of things that way. We also have a project at Brandon's house that we've been working on and planning. Got a little bit delayed because of the pandemic. And that is renovating a back porch space that we have into being a counseling room. Because we have seen a large influx of people seeking therapy help, we need more space. So this is one of those things that we can do to make our facility have extra space for counseling. To do that, we so far have a plan in place and such of individuals who are donating their stimulus checks. So if you are interested in doing that, we do still need about $3,500 or so to reach our goal to be able to convert this space into being a usable therapy room. So if you are not going to use your stimulus check for necessary things you need in your day-to-day life and would like to generously donate it to Brandon's house to help us to reach more teens in need, we would greatly appreciate it. So we are, like I said, specifically using individuals' stimulus checks for this project, and we need about $3,500 more to convert this room into being a therapy space. It will take us from having 3 therapy rooms to 4, and will, of course, then greatly increase the number of clients we can see every day. So we've got that as well. All right, mental health tip of the day, saying no. I don't know about you, but sometimes it's hard to say no. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. And today we're going to talk about that, when it's hard to say no and why we need to say no sometimes. So when I was younger, it was, I had a tendency to want to make other people happy and please them in that way. And that's not a bad thing at all, but sometimes I got overwhelmed. There's just, only so much time in the day, only so much energy I have. And so when somebody would ask, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Yes, sure, I'll figure out a way. I'll make it happen. I'll do it. To the point where it wasn't healthy for me. It wasn't healthy for my family. And I'd say, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And somebody would say, well, why not? And I'd give them a reason, whether it was, well, I have this or that or whatever going on. And I found surprisingly that a lot of people would debate with me the value of whatever I had chosen to do instead of what they wanted me to do. And somebody much wiser than myself told me at one point, you don't have to say why you're saying no to something when you're turning down a request for your schedule or things like that. You just have to politely tell somebody that it doesn't work for you right now. Sorry, my family can't make it that time. And then you can leave it at that. That was kind of like one of those light bulb moments. I was like, really? I can do that? And, for a lot of times that does make a difference. So this week, I want you to think about times in your life that you need to say no. Because, quite frankly, there's only so many hours in the day. And, we want to prioritize our family and our health and our spiritual and mental well-being and all of those things that come into play. So you have to prioritize. And that means saying no to some things. So if you're saying no, I want you to be okay with that. If you've looked at your priorities and say, this just isn't something that I can fit into my schedule this week, and, that's okay. And I want you to accept that's okay to say no. I'm giving you permission to say no this week, okay? On the other front, I want to give everybody else a heads up. If somebody says no to something that you're, having a party, you're doing something with family, you need somebody to come and do this or that at your house, whatever, and they say, I'm sorry, I can't do that, I want you to accept no graciously. Maybe somebody else can do it for you. But sometimes we get pushy and we say, well, why not? I thought I was the most important person in your life. Why are you telling me no? That's not okay. You can tell other people no, but not me. We don't like hearing no. So if somebody tells you no, and they have, thoughtfully considered saying this, I want you to keep that in mind before you push them. Because they may be setting a healthy boundary in their life and taking care of their priorities so that they can be a healthier, happier person. And none of us want to interfere with somebody else's happiness. So I want you to accept no when you hear it too this week. So this is my mental health tip. And I know it's not probably going to be a super popular one, but when you feel like you really do need to say no, I want you to feel like you can. And for you to say, no, I'm sorry, that's just not going to work. And then be okay with that. And on the other front, if somebody tells you, no, I'm sorry, that's just not going to work for my family this week, or for me, or I just can't fit that into my schedule, to say, okay, I understand. And, be okay with that too. Now, there's a whole other side of other times that somebody might say no that, we might disagree with them and we need to respectfully have a conversation, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about overwhelming commitments, prioritizing your life to make sure that you're taking care of your physical, mental, spiritual, relationship needs, and being able to say no when you need to say no, and being able to respect other people's no. So this week, when you hear that word, it's a short little word, but when you hear it, I want you to think about your response. And also, if it's okay, I want you to feel like you can say it every once in a while too. So, Kathleen Rendelia with Brandon's House Counseling Center. Remember, we've got a deadline this week. We have our shirt contest. We really do want to get those entries in. We want to see what creative minds you guys have and what you can come up with. And we have the 31 and the 31st campaign also. So if you have any questions about any of those things, you can certainly call or email us. We are having our office closed this week because of spring break. So if you call us, your message will be returned next Monday. If you do need to reach us sooner, you can email us or message us on social media. I hope you have a wonderful spring break and Easter week. And remember, it's okay to say no. Have a good week.